We are also on Weibo. Please check us out for more great videos.
It's one roll to rule them, one roll to shock them. Welcome to WatchMojo UK, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 surprising roles by Lord of the Rings actors. Before we begin, if you enjoy this video, please subscribe for more great content. For this list, we've gathered the most unexpected acting roles by the cast of The Lord of the Rings from both before and after their work on the Middle-earth epic. Number 10, Andy Serkis as Ian Dury. Sex and drugs and rock and roll. He's a CGI star in movies like King Kong, Star Wars and Planet of the Apes, but there's way more to Andy Serkis than just motion capture characters. The Gollum actor was BAFTA nominated for playing Moore's murderer Ian Brady in Longford, but we've picked out his performance as Ian Dury in a 2010 biopic for the one-of-a-kind rock and roller.
You see, it's not the size of the dog in the fight, but the size of the fight in the dog. Magnificent.
Serkis strikes exactly the right chord, showcasing Dury's maverick edge for an inventive look at the musician's incredible life story.
And the moral of the story is? Don't go looking for morals in stories.
Number 9, Viggo Mortensen as Sigmund Freud. A dangerous method. After Aragorn, Viggo Mortensen became a mid-2000s shoo-in for hardened hero roles, but he's avoided becoming typecast by regularly mixing it up. Special mention for his hard-hitting turn as the reluctant Nazi John Halder in Good, but he burrows even deeper into the human psyche as renowned psychologist Sigmund Freud in A Dangerous Method.
This log. Yes, I think perhaps you should entertain the possibility that it represents the penis.
Exploring an increasingly fraught relationship between Freud and fellow psychoanalyst Carl Jung, played by Michael Fassbender, Mortensen bagged Golden Globe and Satellite Award nominations for his efforts.
I often take my walk up here. It's inspired some of my best ideas.
Number 8, Ian McKellen as Cogsworth. Beauty and the Beast.
You can't talk to us like that, I forbid it!
As one of the UK's most celebrated Shakespearean actors, we're used to seeing Ian McKellen make light work of intense and iconic roles.
You shall not pass!
His 21st century output is dominated by recurring parts as Gandalf and Magneto, but then came Cogsworth, as McKellen brilliantly bucks the trend.
You can talk?
Well, of course he can talk. It's all he ever does.
Voicing an anthropomorphic pendulum clock for Disney's blockbuster live-action remake, McKellen joins the likes of Ewan McGregor and Emma Thompson as part of an exceptionally fine supporting cast.
Am I too late? Shame, I was really going to tell him off this time.
The Balrog suddenly seems a long time ago. Number 7, Brad Dourif as Billy Bibbit. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Few Lord of the Rings characters deserve quite as much contempt as the slippery Grima Wormtongue, and actor Brad Dourif is a well-versed villain given his recurring role as the crazed killer doll Chucky.
Hi, it's me, Chucky. What do you think?
But Brad's big break came in 1975 when he played an altogether different character, Billy Bibbit.
Mac, no, nobody could ever.
Lift that thing. Get out of my way, son. You're using my oxygen, you know what I mean?
As one of the many patients ruthlessly manipulated by the heartless nurse Ratched, Billy's plight becomes an eye-opening and ultimately tragic tale, as Dourif deservedly won critical acclaim for his efforts.
Aren't you ashamed?
No, I'm not.
Number 6, Cate Blanchett as Jude Quinn. I'm Not There. Galadriel actress Cate Blanchett is well known for welcoming wide and diverse roles, and she broke new boundaries for this film.
Thanks for stepping in.
My pleasure.
Just like a woman.
As part of an ensemble cast, she plays one of 6 characters inspired by Bob Dylan. Jude Quinn embodies mid-60s Dylan as he carves his own niche into popular music.
Discuss lepers and crooks. You've been through all of.
Quinn's is a story of struggle as Blanchett strikes a spot-on balance between aspiring musician and vulnerable performer. The times were a-changin', but Cate takes it all in her stride.
I'm not the president. I'm not some shepherd. I'm just a storyteller, man, that's all I am.
Number 5, John Rhys-Davies as Viscount Maybury. The Princess Diaries 2 Royal Engagement. Tossed into today's top 5, Gimli actor RhysDavies quickly moved on from Middle-earth to play the principal bad guy in this teen rom-com sequel.
Hit the bullseye every time.
And as Maybury does his best to scupper Anne Hathaway's royal romance, it's hard not to mentally envisage the Viscount sporting Gimli's gruff facial hair.
Now, the last time we spoke, you mentioned that Princess Mia's horse, Sandy, gets easily spooked by snakes. So let's get it really spooked, shall we?
The film, which also boasts an early Chris Pine performance, proved a commercial success but critical failure. For a better received RhysDavies supporting role, look no further than Raiders of the Lost Ark, where he plays Indy's accomplice, Salah.
Bad dates.
Number 4, Hugo Weaving as Red Skull, Captain America: The First Avenger. This guy has played the villain before, and we've seen him in classic comic book roles, but Hugo Weaving as Red Skull still caught plenty of fans by surprise at first.
My apologies, Doctor, but we both knew Hydra could grow no further in Hitler's shadow.
The award-winning actor made the role his own, of course, as Captain America's deadly and discoloured arch-enemy.
But unfortunately, I am on a tight schedule.
But Red Skull's manic and unhealthy obsession with the Tesseract is a far cry from Elrond's wise and measured approach to the One Ring. Rivendell would simply never stand for this.
You don't give up, do you?
Number 3, Billy Boyd as Anton, Space Milkshake. Strange sci-fi projects seem to be something of a shared interest for Lord of the Rings actors, with Sean Astin starring opposite Vinnie Jones in 2005's Slipstream, and Liv Tyler taking on 2014's Space Station 76. But Billy Boyd's is the most unexpected of the lot, if only for its off-the-wall storyline.
Are you, Captain Balvini?
Call me Anton.
Space Milkshake sees Boyd play an astronaut of the future who, with the help of his friends, has to wage war against a massive mutant rubber duck.
Is that your rubber ducky?
Yep, you heard that correctly. Pippin's definitely not in the Shire anymore. Number 2, Dominic Monaghan as Seth, Pet. Where Pippin goes, Merry usually follows. Dominic is up next, but there's a dramatic change of mood. As Merry Brandy Book, Monaghan was a picture of positivity. Here, he's the polar opposite.
You like the flowers?
Seem like a red and white roses kind of girl. It's just a guess.
As shy sociopath Seth, he develops a dangerous obsession with a local waitress, which eventually results in kidnap, killing, and torture. But is Seth all to blame? Packed with plot twists, Pet brings a barrage of bloodlust, plus unanswered questions to mess with your mind. It's the squeamish stuff of nightmares. Number 1, Elijah Wood as Kevin, Sin City. After achieving international fame as the ring-bearing hobbit hero Frodo Baggins, Elijah Wood might have been typecast into lovable underdog roles for the rest of his life. But Wood has since smashed the stereotype. He's played a football hooligan in Green Street and a madman murderer in Maniac, but will finish with his role as a cannibalistic serial killer in Sin City.
Damn, he's slick.
For the acclaimed adaptation of Frank Miller's graphic novel, Wood escapes any pint-sized preconceptions by turning into an all-out psycho who meets a very grisly end. Sam would be most disappointed.
Somehow the bastard is still alive, still staring at me.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo UK and subscribe for more great content.